Hello, my name is GameDog, and today I will be making a 100 subscribers special Magicka Nightblade build video. This is a little fun thing I've tried with the new Necropotence, newly updated Necropotence set, and I've tried to see how far I could push the boundaries of max Magicka pools to get some really good stats. But first of all, I'd like to say thanks for the 100 subscribers. 101 actually. I've been waiting a bit to make this video, but I really wanted to say thanks to you guys for making this. This was a milestone for me. It's actually my 4th year on YouTube. Not kidding, it actually is, so it's a really long road to that milestone, and I'm really happy that something ended up working out, and it's all thanks to you guys. So really, much love here. It's really amazing to think that I could actually pull something off, and I'm really happy, guys. Also, our channel views is almost nearly 20,000 views in total, which is almost unreal to me. That 20,000 browsers have actually been on my videos in total. It's like a football stadium almost. It's kind of weird to me, and I'm really enjoying making these videos, especially with all the replies from you guys, and that you guys actually watch my videos. So big thanks to all of you, and thanks for the 100 subscribers. Let's get right into the build here. This is a little fun thing I've been working on. Why you're not looking at me? Whatever. It's because I have one of the emotions on or something. Yeah. So I've been trying to see how far I could push the max Magicka with the Necropotence set that they threw in here last patch here again. It had been in the game for a long time, but it was really on the level. It was champion point 120, so no one really used it. But now that they've updated it and put it into the new trials, I've been grinding it, and looking at the 5-piece bonuses here, it almost looks unreal how much Magicka you could stack with this set. So that's what I've been trying to do on my Magicka Nightblade here. Ever since I found out Magicka Nightblade had a pet, I really just wanted to try this out. So this is not a build that is working towards efficiency. It's not the best PvP build, but it's just to see how much max Magicka could you actually pull together. As you can see here, almost 50,000 without our pet, which will, by the way, increase our max Magicka pool by 3,806 and 61 max magic. So let's get into it. I'm wearing 5 Necropotence, obviously. That's the core of this set, and there is a spider. I can just show you what the Necropotence does here. As you can see here, I have a pet called Summon Shade, and when I land that here, it'll summon this shade that I can actually use to teleport to. So it's really handy in PvP, and it will also increase my max stats. As you can see here, 54,803, almost 55,000 max magic. This will help us shield stack a lot. As you can see, my shield here is at 13k, and boost our damage to really high stats and tooltips. So that's what this build is all focusing on: landing your pet and really getting that Magicka pool that is almost seems unrealistic to have. I know for a fact Magicka sorcerers can get it a bit higher, but Magicka Nightblades has the ability to put their pet down and actually walk away from it, and only have it on one of their bars. So that's why I went for a Magicka Nightblade setup with this. Plus I love Magicka Nightblades. This is my favorite class by far. Let's get into the other sets I'm wearing. I'm wearing Twice-Born Star as well. As you might have seen, all my gear is epic, and it's because I did not want to put too much gold into this. This jewelry here was really expensive to get your hands on, especially since I got them a week after the new patch launched. So everyone was hype about this. And also that it's just a little fun thing that I pulled together, nothing serious I want to really play with. But you could turn this into a serious build if you wanted to, make all these legendary and make some of these pieces to a champion 160. So Twice-Born Star for the other set. We needed a crafted set so I could wear medium and heavy armor. Of course, chest plate for heavy armor, and medium you could put everywhere else you want really. But I'm just using it on the shoulder because I like the look of the shoulder. Sifkin for the motives here. I don't know what Necropotence really is. I think it's a Gonian motive, but I'm not sure. But you could clearly craft these items as well. The Twice-Born Star is a really good set to put on as a secondary set because it adapts to a lot of situations. You can use this in almost all situations, since the 5-piece bonus gives you 2 boons, 2 Monder Stones, that will help you get max stats or max recovery, whatever you really want. So that's why I went for it. And as you can see here, I also have a sort of the willpower. I'm using 2 willpower to get my max magicka up on the front bar. On the back bar I have my twice-born star as well, and the other sword I have is twice-born star. I'm running with the damage, weapon damage enchantment, obviously to get some more weapon power when I need, and sharpened for both weapons here. And by the way, all my jewelry is arcane as well for the magicka boost. So let's get into the stats here. This is the unbuffed stats, as you can see. The damage is a bit low, but the max magicka really just towers over it and makes the damage way higher than it is before. The damage pool could give a problem when you're using major sorcery, but still I don't really see that my damage changes too much, so I'm really happy with where it is right now. It's almost 50k without our pet down, and I can just go show you again if we want to have a look again here. Putting our pet down. Oh, I need to be into range, I guess. What are you doing? Okay, this is really odd. Let's get the other pets here. Down with our pet, we don't need to attack, we just want to look at our stats here, shift bars. Have a look again here. Yeah. 54,803, almost 55k max magicka. For our health pool, it's almost 25k, so it's a decent size. You want in this patch, you want about 23k to 25k max health. That's about where it is. 20k is a bit too low by now, but since we're running max stat foods, we're running health and magicka, then it's not a problem to reach that. Our max stamina is surprisingly a bit higher than I used to run with, actually, and it's because the twice-born star gives you 1 piece health, stamina, and magicka, so it really helps out on that in that way as well. Spell damage, as I said, is a bit too low, but we do have this here, so we can get some more spell damage to work with. It's going to boost it to 2,200. So you do of course use this. It's also good and a good AoE, because when people are roll dodging, you can sap essence and really you can pull them out of roll dodge and still damage them. So no matter how they will try to escape, you can always use that to get them down. We're running vampirism as well to get our recoveries up, which seems a bit low even for a magicka recovery, and even though I'm running the Atronach, but that's needed because without the Atronach stone, the magicka recovery would be almost non-existent. So I'm really happy about running twice-born. I can get my max magicka, I can get my magicka recovery. Looking at our spell crit is actually surprisingly good, which surprised me when I made this setup that it was actually nearly 50%. So that's really good as well. It really works out in tough situations where my max damage just doesn't do it. We're running a ward. Let's get into the skills here first. I wanted to talk about the ward. I did use harness magicka before, but I changed it to dampen magicka. That's why it's level 1. And this is clearly the better morph, because harness magicka only gives you a magicka return when you get damaged by a spell, where dampen magicka will improve your magicka absorbed instead, which in the long run helps when you're fighting stamina builds. The skill setup for this is not that special really. I'm using a lot of the same skills I would be using for my normal Magicka Nightblade, except I've shifted Cloak out for Dampen Magicka. Now that we have the max stats, you either want to run Cloak or the Ward, basically, because it's a bit too expensive to run both of them. Plus, you want to be keeping this up at 100% or at least 90% of the time you're fighting. If you have a Ward, make use of it. It only lasts for 6 seconds this patch. So you need to make use of the wards you have, and as I showed you before, we can get this to 14k when I get my magicka buff with the pet here. So 14k wards, really good. Would work well on a sorcerer as well with hardened ward and dampen magic. That could be amazing to see. 20k, 24k wards again. For the first skill though, we're running Sap Essence, which, as I told you, it's a good AoE. Increases my spell damage, and it can track people out who are trying to roll dodge. It can pull them out of the roll dodge and still do damage. So even though these stamina players, they like to roll dodge a lot when they get low on health, it doesn't help because this thing just pulls them out. So that's really good. Concealed weapons or main damage, upfront damage, really good. The tooltip looks pretty nice. It can be buffed to about 11k, I think, when I get it fully buffed up. Let's see here again. I'm tired of walking to these spiders. But let's just do it here. I'm just going to put the ward on so we don't get killed immediately. This build is not as squishy as it seems though. It's 10k, almost 11k. tooltip on this, plus the 45% crit we have, so that's very decent damage output. Then we're using Lotus Fan. By the way, concealed weapons is all spammable. It's deals a bit more upfront damage than Strife or oh my god, my throat, Swallow Soul would do. So that's why I'm using it. Plus, you know, it's a dual wield build. I want to be upfront. I want to be doing some more burst. That's why I'm using it. Lotus Fan is a gap closer. It leaves a little dot, which is amazing. Plus, reduces the enemy's movement speed. Really good skill to use. I like it. Plus, you can use this even though people are roll dodging or going into cloak, and you'll still be hitting them with the AoE. Amazing. Dampen Magic, told you before, this is a ward. I'm using this over cloak. This patch with this build specifically because I like how much I can buff this up here. And it's really good to have it up at least 100% or 90% at the time. Just really make use of this ward. It can become pretty tough. As I said, 14k while I'm buffed. Inner Light for more max Magicka on a front bar. That's it. More spell crit, more max Magicka. And then we're running Soul Harvest as our ultimate. Only 50 ultimate cost for this, plus it deals 15,000, almost 16,000 Magicka damage to the enemy. And you get some more ultimate for each kill you do. So you basically generate ultimate constantly while using ultimate constantly. It's almost a normal skill. You can use it every 4 seconds or something. It's amazing. Our second bar here, I'm going with Crippling Grasp. It snares and actually immobilizes the enemy for a short amount of time while giving us movement speed by 40%, which is larger than Major Expedition. So this is our dot. I like to put this on while I'm using Summon Shadow Image here. So the combo I'll do will be put Shadow Image down, Crippling Grasp, and then you can teleport strike in and do your damage. So put those two down first and you'll get a good base damage before you jump in there and kill people. Mass Hysteria, this is our stun. By far the best stun in the game. It's a hard stun, almost 5 seconds, where enemies will need to break free. Plus you can do it to 3 enemies at a time. The best stun in the game, and also reduces their damage by 15%, sorry, 50%, a little bit overpowered. 15%, so really good hard stun. Probably the best. You need to use this if you're a Nightblade, no matter what. Double Take, this is for casually moving around. I'm using this when I'm sprinting around on the map. Sometimes that can be far between groups of enemies or something like that. Or if I want to get away from people, I use it for movement. Plus it gives me 20% dodge chance, major evasion, which is also why we're using this here. Healing Ward or only heal. This is a damage shield as well, so when our max Magicka increases, I think when it increases, our back bar will be at, yeah, it'll be at 50k as you can see here, almost 51,000. So a ward will almost, it's unbreakable. I've seen situations where I've been jumped by 3 or 4 people, and I've just been able to out heal them, which is amazing for a Magicka Nightblade to do now. So I really feel like this is the only way to go. This is the best heal for our situation here. And then of course Shadow Image or Pet here. It's arranged, you can choose between 2 versions of this. One where you'll have 2 mobs attacking the enemy, and the other where you'll have this pet you can summon, and you'll be able to teleport to it when you get yourself in some trouble. So I really like this. It's passive and enemies cannot kill it, plus that you can actually switch bars and it will still be active, which is different from the Sorcerer pets where you'll constantly need to be on both bars. The skill will need to be on both bars. So this is really a good pet to use, and you really feel free. You don't feel bound to keep your pet on your bar. You can just have it on your back bar, summon it, run a bit around, you know. So it'll give you one more skills slot you can use instead. So this is really probably the best pet you can get around, and I really feel like that's the reason that I'm even using a Magicka Nightblade for this setup. You could be using a Sorcerer, but you don't got summon a Shadow Image here on a Sorcerer. So really good ability, really good to get out of tough situations as well. And then we got the Ice Comet or last ability. I'm using this for the Mage's Guild bonus. You get some more max Magicka, plus you do get some more recovery. It's also why we use Inner Light on the front bar. And Ice Comet, really good to throw into just a big amount of enemies. You can do some crazy AoEs with this thing here. It stuns, reduces the enemy's movement speed, just amazing. I like to throw it into a crowd when I'm let's say I'm getting in a 1vx situation and I need to make myself free or something. You can use Ice Comet and land it together with Mass Hysteria. So you just stun the enemy before Ice Comet hit, and they'll receive all the damage. And as you can see, almost 16k tooltip as well, plus the almost 5k overtime damage for 11 seconds. Just amazing. For the last bit of this build here, I'll go into the champion points. I'll just be quick about these. Nothing really I've done different from last time. I've got 100 into Lord, into Bastion. So let's take this first here, 100 into Bastion, just for our damage shields to be more effective. This is both our healing ward and it's our dampen Magicka, which will be improved by 25% here. And then we go into the tower, Magician here. I've got 74 into this, and I've got 73 into Arcanist for the Magicka recovery and less cost of Magicka spells and so on. And then I've got 30 points into Tumbling, just so I can roll dodge a bit. Again, I don't run tri-stat, I only run 2-stat food, health and Magicka, so I'll need a bit more to make a bit more use of my stamina while I'm roll dodging. So this really helps out in those situations. Then we've got a lot of our points into the Apprentice here, 100 into Elemental Expert, just for our Magicka damage to be buffed a bit. This includes our concealed weapons and all our main damage abilities. I've got into Blessed as well for more efficient healing, Elfborn and Spell Erosion. And Elfborn will be the one I put the rest of the points into, just for the spell crits I can do. That's also why our spell critical is 45%. And then we got into Ritual, we got some into Thermaturge as well. This is because of our Cripple, just so it deals a decent amount of damage, plus I got 30 points left over, so I just put it in here. I also know that some abilities, somehow, seems to be running off of weapon critical, so I also want to get this bonus here from having 30 points into Ritual here. And we have the rest of our points into, we have the 100 into Bastion, and then we have the rest of our points into Elemental Defender and Hardy. I've got 50 into Elemental Defender because I'm a vampire, so I need a bit more flame resistance here. But you can just keep yourself in stage 2 if you want as well. And then I've got into Hardy because there are so damn many stamina players around at the moment. So that was the build here. I wanted to say really thanks to you guys again for the massive amount of help it gave me to make these videos, that you've given me so much response as well, and you've been watching my videos. Just watching them really encourages me to make more of these builds here. This was a little fun build for you guys. I'll love to see you guys if you could make something incredible out of this. It's decent to play with at the moment, but I bet you guys could fit this in with something amazing. So that was it. 55k max Magicka, almost on our front bound when we're fully buffed. That's how far I could push it. Really, thanks a lot again, and I'll see you guys later.